Hey everyone, I'm Luke with Mediocrity Gaming, where good enough is still good. And in this beginner's guide, which is sort of a continuation of my last video, we're diving into the resource-rich zone around your first base. What to grab, what to skip, and how to gear up without grinding yourself into the dirt. If you're just starting out in Conan Exiles, this guide is especially for you. So let's get to it. Okay, so you got your base set up. Now what? Well, it's time to gear up, stock up, and take advantage of the richest early game zone in Conan Exiles. We've built our starter base up in the northern section of coordinates H3, and just beyond it lies a treasure trove of essential resources. You have iron, coal, aloe, hides, and even thralls. Yeah, it's all out there. And I'm going to show you exactly where to find it. So let's talk iron, because you're not going to get far with stone tools. The good news is you're in the right place. Just head east of the base and towards the southeast corner of coordinates I4. There's a POI called Narrow Neck Span, and this is your starting point for gathering iron. And one side note, while at Narrow Neck Span, you'll find an abundance of aloe. Once you craft a sickle, you'll want to come back to harvest it. Starting from this spot, you'll loop around the cliffside, staying on the west edge of coordinates I4, follow the path up the plateau, head west into H4, keeping an eye on the cliff walls as you go. So equip your pick, harvest this first iron node. You're looking for the darker gray rocks with a slightly rusted tint. Once you know what to look for, they're pretty easy to spot. So stockpile as much as you can carry, but not more. Trust me, you're going to need it for weapons, armor, upgrades, and pretty much everything in the game moving forward. While you're out looking for iron, make your way toward the northern part of H4. You'll find a few coal nodes up there, definitely worth grabbing. Just don't wander too far, the spiders in that area can be nasty if you're not geared up yet. So coal is great for smelting since it burns longer than wood, and what you gather here should be more than enough to process the iron you've collected. Okay, so you brought your iron back to base and started the smelting process. Next up, Brimstone. This one's a game changer. You need Brimstone to craft Steelfire, which is what helps turn iron into steel, and steel is a nice upgrade. To make Steelfire, you'll combine Brimstone with tar inside a fireable cauldron. And tar comes from crafting leather at a tannery, so as you're skinning animals and people you find all around the base and tanning hides, you're building a steady supply. To get Brimstone, your best early game source is Galaman's Tomb in the north part of H4. It's a cave just a short trip from your base. All you gotta do is cross the river, head a bit north off the beach, and you'll spot the cave entrance tucked into the cliffside. Some would say go to Sinner's Refuge instead, but that has more hostiles along the way, and it's much farther. Once inside the cave, you'll want a torch. Trust me, I almost forgot mine. So there are a few crocodiles, but at this point, they should be no problem for you. Make sure you have your pick on you. There is plenty of brimstone in this first room, so there's no need to go into that second room since there's a giant croc just waiting to chew on you. Once you've mined what you can, get it back to base, toss it in the cauldron with the tar, and boom, Steelfire. Stockpile that stuff because you're going to need a ton of it for tools, weapons, and so much more. Next up is Gossamer, a ground spawn you'll find just behind Galaman's Tomb at the border of coordinates H4 and H5. There's no need to fight a spider swarm. There's a nice little patch guarded by just one spider, making it one of the safest spots to gather it early. So make sure you brought a sickle because you can get way more Gossamer using a tool than harvesting by hand. And Gossamer refines into silk, and silk plays a crucial role in crafting light armor. But it's not just about basic gear. Silk is what you'll need later to make perfected light padding, which is required for some of the best crafted light armor sets in the game. So if you're planning to run an agility build or want gear that won't slow you down, this spot is a must visit. It's a quick detour with a long-term payoff. So now that you're stocked up and geared up, it's time to shift gears. Resources are one thing, but if you really want to level up your game, you're going to need Thralls. So let's break down how to find them, capture them, and why they're the real power boost behind your survival. Do you remember Narrow Neck Span at coordinates H4? Well, this will be your starting point to get your Thralls. If you head east from Narrow Neck Span, follow the cliff north and about 100 meters from the river, you'll find a lone named fighter patrolling the area. There's no camp, just one guaranteed named spawn. It's always a fighter. So bring a truncheon and bindings. This is one of the easiest named Thralls to capture and a pretty powerful upgrade to your defenses when you're just starting out. Another side note, the authority attribute can help with knocking out Thralls. There are also armor sets that help as well. Okay, he's out. Now what do you do? Well, it's just a matter of dragging him back to your base and putting him in the Wheel of Pain. Equip your bindings and make sure they're in good shape. They can break on longer runs, especially over rough terrain. Once you've got him there, simply press E while the crosshairs are over the Wheel of Pain. All that's left is a little food and a little patience. I like to use cooked meat because I have an abundance of it and it's just going to go to waste anyway, so might as well use it for the Thralls. And there is another way to get Thralls. It's a little more random on which Thrall you get, but I think it's one of the easier ways to do it. Simply head back to Narrowneck Span, go back to that spot where you found the first Thrall, go past that, and up the path on the left to the top of the plateau. Head south until you reach a small camp with 4 hostile NPCs. The one you're after is called the Jailer. Take them all out and loot the key from the Jailer's body. Nearby, you'll find a locked cage. If it's empty like it was for me just now, don't worry. Leave the area and come back later and one should spawn inside. Keep trying until this happens. So these cages can spawn different Thralls. The Thrall inside is random and it could be a fighter, an archer, or even a crafting Thrall. And if you're lucky, it might just be a named Thrall. So keep checking back until you find the one you want, or take them all like I do. Well, you've got a base, solid gear, valuable resources, and your first Thralls under your command. You're ready for bigger challenges. This isn't just survival anymore. You're gearing up to thrive. Soon, you'll have even stronger weapons, tougher armor, advanced crafting. It all starts here. So if you found this guide helpful, drop a like, hit subscribe, and let me know what you want to see next. I've got more guides on the way. I'm Luke with Mediocrity Gaming. Remember, good enough is still good. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.